Deciphering ISF filing penalties. Understanding the penalty structure. Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will demystify the penalty structure for importer security filing (ISF) violations. ISF penalties are imposed by U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) for non-compliance with ISF requirements. Understanding the penalty structure is crucial for importers to navigate ISF filings successfully and ensure compliance. Let's dive into the details and demystify the ISF filing penalty structure. Importance of ISF filing compliance. Compliance with ISF requirements is vital for importers to facilitate smooth customs clearance, adhere to trade regulations, and maintain trade partnerships. Failure to comply with ISF filing requirements can result in penalties, customs delays, and potential reputational damage. Basis for ISF penalties. ISF penalties are imposed for violations such as late filing, incomplete information, or non-compliance with ISF regulations. Penalties aim to enforce compliance, deter non-compliance, and promote accurate and timely ISF filings. Determining penalties. ISF penalties are determined based on various factors, including the type and severity of the violation, the number of violations, and the importer's compliance history. The penalty structure is designed to encourage compliance and provide a deterrent to future non-compliance. Penalty guidelines. CBP provides penalty guidelines to help importers understand the range and severity of penalties associated with ISF violations. These guidelines outline penalty amounts for specific violations based on regulatory provisions and CBP's enforcement priorities. Late filing penalties. Late filing is a common ISF violation and can attract penalties. The specific penalty amount for late filing varies based on the number of late filed ISF forms and the duration of the delay. Penalties can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars per late filed ISF. Incomplete or inaccurate information penalties. Failure to provide accurate or complete information in the ISF filing can also result in penalties. The severity of penalties for incomplete or inaccurate information depends on the impact of the non-compliance and its potential implications for customs clearance. Non-compliance penalties. Non-compliance penalties can result from failure to comply with ISF regulations and requirements. Penalties for non-compliance reflect the seriousness of the violation and can be higher if repeated or intentional non-compliance is established. Mitigating factors. Certain factors may help mitigate penalties for ISF violations. Voluntary self-disclosure of the violation, cooperation with CBP, corrective actions taken, and commitment to future compliance may be considered as mitigating factors during penalty assessment. Voluntary disclosures and prior disclosures. Voluntarily disclosing an ISF violation to CBP can lead to a more favorable penalty outcome. Voluntary disclosure demonstrates an importer's commitment to compliance and may result in reduced penalties or other leniency. Factors considered in penalty assessment. CBP considers various factors when assessing penalties for ISF violations. These factors include the severity and nature of the violation, the level of cooperation, the importer's compliance history, and any steps taken to correct the non-compliance. Customs broker involvement. Customs brokers play a crucial role in ISF compliance and penalty mitigation. Their expertise in customs regulations, filing requirements, and penalty assessment can help importers navigate the penalty structure and effectively address violations. Appeals and dispute resolution mechanisms. Importers have the right to appeal penalties imposed for ISF violations. CBP provides procedures for appeals and dispute resolution. Engage legal counsel, if necessary, to assess the viability of an appeal and navigate the dispute resolution process. Continuous compliance improvement. A commitment to continuous compliance improvement is vital for importers to avoid ISF violations and associated penalties. Conduct internal compliance reviews, implement corrective actions, and enhance internal controls to minimize the risk of non-compliance. Proactive compliance measures. Implement proactive compliance measures to prevent ISF violations. Maintaining accurate records, investing in employee training, regularly reviewing and enhancing internal processes, and staying informed about regulatory changes contribute to effective compliance. Communication with CBP. Maintain open lines of communication with CBP throughout the ISF compliance process. Promptly respond to requests for clarification, provide necessary documentation, and communicate efforts to rectify any violations. Cooperative dialogue can enhance penalty assessment outcomes. Documentation and record-keeping. Maintain detailed records of ISF filings, supporting documentation, and any communications with CBP. Proper record-keeping not only facilitates penalty assessment but also provides evidence of compliance efforts and any steps taken to address violations. Consultation with customs brokers and legal counsel. Engage customs brokers and legal counsel familiar with ISF compliance and penalties. They can provide guidance on penalty assessment, review penalty notices, offer strategies for penalty mitigation, and advocate for the importer during the process. Compliance audits and reviews. Conduct regular compliance audits and reviews to assess adherence to ISF requirements. Evaluate internal procedures, identify areas for improvement, and implement corrective actions to maintain compliance and minimize the risk of penalties. Collaborate with trade associations. Collaborate with trade associations and industry networks to stay informed about ISF requirements, CBP updates, and penalty assessment practices. Networking with peers provides valuable insights and access to industry-specific information. Understanding the ISF filing penalty structure is essential for importers to ensure compliance and effectively address violations. By following these guidelines and engaging with customs brokers and legal counsel, importers can navigate the penalty structure and work towards minimizing penalties. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more informative videos on customs brokerage and international trade.